Hi everyone, welcome to today's general reading. I have just completed a like a video channeling type of about desires and all the ways or the importance of acknowledging how they're linked to your traditional cultural beliefs if you come from an indigenous, African bloodline. So I figured I'd do this reading where I try to pull some cards for which of your desires might be fulfilled next. It's going to be a very general spread, so I'm going to try to tap into all of the desires that I'm feeling into. Although, as I've mentioned before in previous readings, because I'm very niche, I assume that I'm going to get a very specific message here. It is honestly giving something love related more than anything. Could also obviously be material, but it's giving something cups. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Interesting. Let me see more, please. What is this about? Before I let the viewer know. Okay. Interesting. All right, so it is very discs material versus the cups romantic that I was reading on to before. So this is your opening card, the Knight of Discs, which off the bat speaks of somebody who's very charming, witty, a little bit flirtatious. So you may come across someone like this in actual in your living experience who, yeah, to me, it's just a very enjoyable vibe. So you can just enjoy that, or you are that person. Then you have the King of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Chariot. I'm getting directly the gift of a clear mind, which is to me incredible considering that I'm reading during a time when we are honestly due to experience a lot of like ups and down wave brain fogs, crazy solar storm also approaching, the closest approach to an interstellar object to our Earth. The interstellar object we've been keeping up for months. So energetically, we're all going to feel it, even if we don't know about it. It's been approaching. Three-Eye Atlas, by the way. And I've mentioned before this card, where this card showed up, where I was talking about the Three-Eye Atlas, and I'd said that this is giving exactly what the Three-Eye Atlas is doing to a whole lot of us collectively right now. I think that what is to come, honestly, is a period of rest, which I'm sure we all need, because I'm reading this in the very last month of 2025, which was a very energetic, very, very intense year. And I myself do feel exhausted. So receiving this for me in a reading is really a gift, a moment of stillness. This also speaks of energy preservation. And then with this card as the follow-up, it means that to me, it just feeds into the truth that all the astrology is pointing to and that all the intuitives have been feeling, which is that timeless intention. So this is obviously has to do with the next phase that's coming for you, but in general, 2026 is going to be a very dynamic, fast-paced, quick year in which everybody's going to be feeling like this, exercising their will, asserting their will. And if you're not asserting your will, then it's also part of why, to me, the desire conversation is coming up, because I think that part of the dynamicism, is that the word, that's going to come from this next phase of your life, from 2026, is the acknowledgement of our ability to apply our desire and get what we want, and the power of that. How kind of easy it is to manifest, especially if you know yourself, you know your truth. You're brave in applying your truth into your reality. That gives the King of Swords to me. He's very objective about his desires, and that's where he manifests from. He doesn't manifest, all of his desires are perfectly aligned, because for him, everything he wants makes sense for him. it's very truthfully always that comes from objectively from him. Like he likes things because he knows himself well enough to know that, oh, that's my type of thing. Like, let's see. Like chakrahans and crystals, man. That's very simple. Like somebody who prays and them finding out about crystals. It's very natural. Like, of course, someone who prays also likes crystals, of course. You know what I mean? That a kind of alignment is the King of Swords to me. And then with these two cards together, it's just an ease with bringing things in because you understand that the things you want are for you. It's also giving quick manifestation. I'm also receiving air signs frequency, but more specifically Aquarius. That's a resonance symbol, like a ding ding. Might be reading for an Aquarius placement. I'm trying to look at all these together again and see. The presence of the knight always gives a romantic offer or just an offer of somebody charming who wants to take you on a date and be flirty with you. The Knight of Discs specifically and the Knight of Cups, because of how both characters are revered for their charm and for like their physical attraction. Well, let me not say physical, their attraction, their magnetism. Yes, their magnetism. I'm also getting a bonus, money, cash injection that gives you a chance to relax. So if you do by chance get extra money, consider using that to like book an Airbnb for yourself and just take a break. Very random one. I'm also receiving with the presence of these two cards, the quickness of manifestation. Consider writing things down that you want. Consider writing them down and then see how quickly your desires come in. That in itself might be what's coming in for you next. Like it's entirely up to you. You just have to decide, write it down, wait a bit, and you'll get it. I'm getting the number 3, so 3 weeks, 3 months, maybe even 3 days, depending on how big or manageable your manifestation is for the universe, i.e. for you. The semantics of that is complicated. Beneath the deck, you have the Page of Swords, and then underneath that, you have Strength. It's been a tiring time. I'm reading over and over again for the collective of people who tune into my work that we are so fucking tired. We're so tired. So tired. So a huge gift of rest coming in, rejuvenation. Take this time into next year to really recharge. This is giving sitting and building energy up, or like when you play pinball and you pull the thing back, and the further you pull it back, you launch it out and it goes boing. That's what it's giving, that you're being pulled back, and then you're going to be released into the new matrix year, which starts when? Around Feb, right? Yeah, by March, everything's already going. So, yeah. February, March. That's what I'm receiving here. February, March. And with the presence of the sun, I'm also receiving when the seasons change. So look out for the summer equinox if you are in that part of the world. I'm specifically mentioning summer equinox, that these changes might occur for someone in the summer part of the earth, of the world. Yeah, those of us going into darkness, we're going to experience a different thing, but I'll read on it closer to the time anyway. Into winter, not darkness, sorry. I'm getting a father and son dynamic, but I'm not quite understanding what. Maybe a healing of a father and son dynamic. Oh yeah, something like that. A healing or a bonding of a father and son dynamic. Something about that dynamic getting an upgrade of some kind, or like a rework that is going to become more useful for like for the family, for the bloodline, for each of them as individuals. A rework, yeah. So the gift of that, a gift of like cohesiveness between two people who are very different. One is very focused, objective, kind of serious, and the other is super charming and likes to make jokes. I'm also now getting the frequency of a Sagittarius from this. Hi, I'm not doing personal readings on this one. This is a general reading. I'm also receiving the gift of a confession. You may receive a confession from someone. I'm not aware of the nature of this confession. Maybe the confession is that they would like to do something with you. Create a dream, an idea, work with you, attend something with you, an event of some kind. That might actually affect like your path. I don't think I'd mention this event if it weren't actually important. Or this occurrence if it weren't important. It's going to change. It's going to empower you. It's definitely going to empower you. This is also, again, a spiritual upgrade. So either way, with the presence of this, you are receiving the gift of change. You're receiving the gift of change and empowerment. Change in an extremely empowering way that, in my opinion, I think is going to put you in a different standing in terms of your lifestyle. Yeah. Neither of these cards even suggest, even hint, even a little bit of a kind of lack in any way. Obviously, the Knight of Discs is with his own material standing that is comfortable. He's handsome. He looks fit, so he can afford a gym membership, occur. And the King of Swords is adorned with his crown and his coat. Both cards got money. They're banded up. And they're strong, I believe, in their material sense, in their material relationship. So, empowerment, a form of empowerment. You are gaining a form of empowerment, which I love and is a perfect timing considering we are moving into a year where all of this, where dreams are definitely going to come true, lives are going to change, but it's not going to just happen for people overnight. You have to put in the work, and you've put in the work. You just have to apply your will. You're going to learn, I think, how powerful, that's the gift. You can learn how powerful it is to apply your will, how powerful you are, which is so important and always the perfect gift from the universe. God definitely does better than giving each of us like new luxury items or our dream homes, our dream cars, and even our dream relationship. God does so much better than that. God gifts us the gift of freedom and being able to choose and feel okay about whatever the choices that we make. Feeling comfortable in ourselves, feeling like we can take on any problem, any situation, feeling powerful, clarity of mind and focus. That's a gift from God. That's a gift from the moment that you are in. I'm also receiving that, more moments and experiences of being able to be in the moment and be present. This gives me presence because of the meditation. Meditation forces you to be present. I'm also receiving with the presence of this card, which may or may not land for you, but I do see it coming for all of us in general, that you're getting the gift of a new challenge. This card mentions in the description the maze at the back and how this is waiting for this person to explore. And the question is whether or not he's ready for it. This card also speaks of a willingness to do challenges, to take things on, and to want to achieve. Aries to me is very Aries coded. The challenges, by the way. The challenges. The shadow work. You're getting the gift of a lion to to tame and heal from any demons. You also have the Hermit beneath that. And the Three of Swords. I think you're getting the gift of wisdom, which is going to be very useful. And it's difficult to say without, being properly initiated, for example, into like indigenous roles or just getting information passed down to you from elders. It's difficult to describe the honor when you are gifted by the universe with challenges and strife and moments of deep reflection. Those are deep gifts. They really are. For the human experience, for the soul, that is a gift. Definitely doesn't feel like it on a 3D level, but it is a gift and you can do it. This person is definitely, it doesn't look fearful to me. That expression does seem a little bit hesitant, obviously. Slightly afraid, but you can still do it. You have everything it takes to take on every problem that ever comes to you, and it seems like the universe is going to gift you with a real understanding of how that's true, which is a big relief because, like I said, I feel I'm reading for those of us who are really trying to do the work of healing from victimhood and to really take our sovereignty back from the systems that have oppressed us for a really fucking long time. God bless. Very, very spiritual gift, this, extremely energetic. But like I'd said, I do believe it's going to reflect somehow in your lifestyle, in your material. Enjoy, whatever happens. I hope this resonated. Even if it didn't, please enjoy your life. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next reading.